Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today we're talking about the big news. Patrick Corbin has signed with the Washington Nationals. 6 years, 140 million, big ones. Crazy contract. I actually thought he was going to the Yankees. I didn't think the Yankees were going to let him go anywhere else. New York kid. And so that's where I thought he was going. But ended up going to the Nationals. They made him a big offer. It looks like the Yankees didn't want to go more than 5 years. The Nationals said, no, we'll go 6 years and we'll get the big three now with Scherzer in Strasburg and now Corbin. So pretty crazy pitching rotation the Nationals are building over there. So let's get a little bit into my thoughts on this signing. I'd also be interested to hear what you guys have to say. If you're Nationals fans, I'm assuming that you're pretty excited about this deal, about this signing. Let me know. If you're a Yankees fan, I'm sure you're probably pretty upset. I think a lot of Yankees fans thought they had a pretty good chance at grabbing him. I bet you most of you thought that you might have been the #1 spot for him. So let me know in the comment section below. Okay, let's get into this first. Let's talk a little bit about Corbin. First, really good timing on his part, right? So in his contract year, he has the best year of his career, okay? So he goes out there, throws over 200 innings, had like 11.1 Ks per nine. ERA, I wrote it down, was like a 3.15. So really good year, great year. Again, in a contract year, okay, when there wasn't a ton of free agent pitching out there, okay? So, I mean, this worked out really nicely for him. So, let's look a little bit, because over the last couple of years, I mean, I obviously know who Patrick Corbin is, but I wasn't super familiar looking way back in his career. And so, I jotted a couple things down here. So, if you look at starting in 2013, he had a really good year in 2013. And just for some, in case you guys don't know, he's 29 years old, okay? So, 2013 had a really good year. 3.41 ERA, 208 innings. Okay, so solid year. Then in 14, he gets Tommy John surgery, okay? And then if you look at the years after that, 15, 16, 17, okay. I mean, he's coming back from the injury. He didn't throw a ton that first year back, and then he started to throw a little bit more. Okay, so he's kind of slowly bounced back, but he hasn't had a real dominant season, and then he had a really good year this year. Again, so the timing of all this is really nice for him. Okay, big contract, all right? But I think it'll be interesting to see if he's able to replicate this type of season. I mean, he better for the amount of money he's getting. But I think that'll be one of the real interesting things is, again, here's a guy that has shown at times that he's got really good stuff. And I'm talking about not this year, but in prior seasons, right? But again, hadn't put together a full dominant season like he just did. And so let's see what happens. It'll be interesting to see, again, if he's able to do that again, and what happens over the next 6 years of the deal. I think if you're a team, I think it's worth taking the chance on, right? I mean, he was really dominant at times this year, and again, in a year where there's not a ton of free agent pitching, he's probably the cream of the crop. And so I think the Nationals here, when they're able to put together Strasburg and Scherzer and him, you get that 1, 2, 3 right there. It could be really dominant. So a couple of things that I wrote down here. It makes it interesting now, the NL East, if you think about this, right? You've got the Braves, who showed last year that, they've got some talent, right? They're an exciting team. They go out and add Donaldson. You've got the Mets, who just traded for Cano and Diaz. And so that really improves their team, right? And they've got some really solid starting pitching as well. You've got the Phillies, who I think are probably about to spend some pretty good money. And they've got some nice young players as well. Okay, so now that league is that division is pretty good. Okay, and then you've got the Nationals, who they have talent, and especially now the rotation. They've got a really serious rotation. It'd be interesting with Harper now. I'm assuming that Harper doesn't end up signing back. I assume he goes someplace else. So that'll be another interesting thing to follow here over probably the next couple of weeks. So overall, I mean, I think it's a really good get for the Nationals. I know it costs a lot of money. I know 6 years and $140 million is a lot. But to be able to get a guy, a left-handed pitcher that's, you know, still 29 years old and had an excellent season last year, I think you're able to pair him with what you got. And if he comes out and does something similar again this year, I think it's going to be pretty tough when you're looking at trying to beat those three guys over and over again. I think that's going to be really difficult for teams. So, again, that division is shaping up to be a pretty exciting one, I think. I'm really looking forward to this season to see how things end up going. So, again, in the comment section below, let me know what you think about this signing. If you like it, if you don't like it, any thoughts, be interested to hear, and we'll chat there. Subscribe to the channel if you're not done already. Give it a thumbs up. Share the video with all your friends. Check the description box below, all that good stuff. What do you guys think of this, our new shirts that just came in? I think they're pretty good. Let me know what you think also. And that's all I got. Take care, guys. We'll talk to you later.